So the Daily Mail has obtained the deposition tape now for Johnny Depp. So the Amber Heard one came out a little while ago. That's the famous one where she's rolling her eyes and acting like, she doesn't want to be there. She doesn't need to be there, and snacking and just acting really immature. It was a really bad look. You think that her lawyer would have maybe said, hey, maybe not act extremely childish while you're sitting on the stand here. Maybe you don't do that. You're being recorded. I'm sure jury members are going to see this. But you know what she was probably thinking the whole time? She was probably thinking that the defamation case was going to get dismissed and she wouldn't have to be there anymore. And she can do whatever she wants, because why not? Believe women always. And I'm sure that was running through her mind, and it backfired. It turns out if you act like a clown, it might not work out that well for you. And that case is moving forward. There's been reports that she's feeling sad and a little upset. She's a little upset. Drinking a bunch of wine and leaving real cryptic messages on her social media. I just went over that the other day on her Instagram. People were concerned that she's upset. And then, of course, the regular media is kind of, not going in her favor. She's losing momentum. Everything's shifting over to Johnny. And I like that, because it's pretty clear that she's lying and doing a lot of shady stuff. I was watching Tug's video the other day, when she said that this all went down when she got beat. And then she goes on a talk show and she apparently didn't have the black eye anymore. It kind of sounds like the pictures of her where she's kind of looking beat up are with makeup. It's a possibility. Now, I'm just saying this is the theory, but would it really shock you? She's crazy. And I've heard stories about women doing this kind of stuff from friends when they were in relationships with some people that sound a lot like her. I'm just being real. And I'm not saying it's only women. There's, of course, crazy dudes too. This is a fact. But I'm just saying I've heard stories of women doing stuff like that before. And I'm sure, it's probably possible that some men have done it too. But the way the system is set up right now, it favors women tremendously. And if she says something, people are going to jump higher to go after Depp than they would if Depp was saying it about her. And it's been happening that way for a while now. In this case, people have been, he lost his role as Jack Sparrow because of this. Now, there's a rumor going around from what I'm hearing that they might be bringing him back. I don't know if that's true or not. I hope it's true. I'd like to see him come back. Apparently, Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is going to have Will Turner and his wife, because Davy Jones is back or something. I guess that's the rumor. But no Jack Sparrow, which would be a tremendous mistake. But anyway, there's a new deposition tape. Daily Mail has an article here, and it goes over Johnny Depp talking about his finger that got cut off. So we're going to go over this. I haven't really covered this on the channel, so we'll just go through this. But there was a whole tape. They have the video on here, but obviously for copyright reasons, I can't show you that. What I can do is link it in the description if you want to watch it. So we're just going to cover it here. So, exclusive. Watch as Johnny Depp describes as his finger gushed like Vesuvius after it was sliced off during his blood-curdling fight with Amber Heard in explosive deposition. So, Johnny Depp jokes on camera as he reveals how he nicknamed his permanently damaged digit Little Richard in exclusive footage obtained by DailyMail.com. The Captain Jack Sparrow actor, 56, recalled the fight with ex-Amber Heard during deposition. The gruesome injury allegedly happened when she hurled a vodka bottle at him. So it's really funny, too. You're going to see, we're going to get into this in a little bit. She says that her whole story here is that he punched drywall, I guess, and this is how his finger apparently became detached. Yeah, I'm sure punching drywall would do that. Okay, no. It's more likely the story that he tells, where he apparently had to dodge one bottle, and then another bottle came shattered on the table next to him and cut his finger off. And now where he messed up, apparently, when this happened, he didn't say it was her, and he told another story. So he said, hey, this was an accident, didn't blame her. And that's going to bite him a little bit. That's going to come after him. But, you know, when you tie in his statements with everything that she's already been doing, and you can show her like pooping in your bed and all the crazy stuff that she's done, like her credibility is kind of shot right now. And that's going to really work, I think, work for him when it comes time, you know, when they're in court. I think people are going to be more inclined to believe him over her. Now, she's going to bring the waterworks, but every time she does that, if I was his legal counsel, I would just roll up that tape of her rolling her eyes and acting like a child. Okay, well, she's doing this right now. Check this out. That's what I would do. I don't know if you're allowed to do that, but I would just make sure I play that deposition tape as much as possible. So Johnny Depp jokes about his severed finger and how it gushed after it was sliced off during a blood-curdling fight with ex-wife Amber Heard, an exclusive video obtained by Daily Mail. So Captain Jack Sparrow, actor 56, chuckles on camera as he reveals how he nicknamed the permanently damaged digit Little Richard. He also claims during the series of clips that he protected Heard in the aftermath of the March 25th dust-up, pretending he trapped it in a door when the gruesome injury allegedly happened when she hurled a vodka bottle at him. I was trying to get the finger back, you know, he says with a wry smile, and then deal with the insanity of having had my finger chopped off by this woman that I was married to. The incident took place a month after the pair were married and while Depp was filming the 5th installment of the Pirates of the Caribbean movie franchise in Australia. It has become the couple's most memorable and hotly contested clash, with both sides offering radically different accounts in a string of legal cases that followed their bitter May 2016 split. And you saw me scroll past it right there. It's a pretty gross sight. There's some uncensored versions of that picture that are pretty gross, so not for the faint of heart if you want to check that out there. So Heard, 33, maintains in court filings that Depp severed the tip of his right middle finger while smashing a phone against a wall during a 3-day booze and ecstasy bender. She also accuses her ex-lover of ripping off her nightgown, grabbing her chest area, and strangling her during the horrific ordeal, producing text from Depp to suggest the injury was self-inflicted. So even if he was on a 3-day booze bender, how does that move in with his finger, right? So apparently, like, smashing a phone against a wall wouldn't do that. Now, I'm not an expert when it comes to detaching fingers or anything, but you would need something sharp, I would imagine, to do that. Now, a phone is not going to do that. And particularly drywall is not. Drywall is actually pretty easy to run through. It's not very hard. It's pretty easy. It's not the firmest of material. So couldn't you come up with something a little bit better than that? I just don't believe that story. Now, I know where he's going to get in trouble, though, is not coming out with this when it went down. But, you know, it would have been bad optics. So, unfortunately, it's going to be tough for him to push this. But I think he'll be all right. Like I said, she's been acting like such a fool. I don't think he's going to have too hard of a time. So, anyway, Depp's response to this: I cut the top of my middle finger off. What should I do? Except, of course, go to a hospital. I'm so embarrassed for jumping into anything with her. F the world, he wrote in one message. So these are text messages that she's provided to the court. But, you know, and as you're going to see when I go through this, he was trying to protect her. And if they had came out at the time and said Amber did this, do you know how much gossip and tabloid stuff would have been going around? It would have been like months they would have been talking about it. So it makes sense that he's trying to cover up for her. But the thing is, though, now it's going to come back and bite him. So anyway, here's the transcript basically from the clip that Daily Mail had, which I guess is from a different case. The clip was part of a videotape deposition for an entirely separate legal case settled last year in which Depp accused a former lawyer, Jake Bloom, of wrongfully collecting millions of dollars in fees. Basically, I had a pretty nasty injury that I actually had to protect, and I had to protect her at the time. And that's what I was talking about. And also, I said that I was caught in the door in these huge accordion doors at the house. That wasn't the case at all. She threw a vodka bottle at me, and my hand was resting on the marble of the bar like that. The first bottle went whoosh just past my ear, and the second one was a larger bottle, and she threw it from about this distance, and it smashed into the bar which the finger which I now call Little Richard, was the tip of the finger was severed and all the bone in here was completely shattered. And then, pointing to the visible scar on his finger, he says it looked like Vesuvius. And then I got infections. I ended up with MRSA twice, so it got very complicated. I was trying to just get the finger back, and then deal with the insanity of having had my finger chopped off by the woman I was married to. And that is kind of a crazy thing. So that's pretty much it. It's not too much more. Of course, a lot of this comes from Amber saying that he did it himself, which is ridiculous. I'm not buying that. There's no way you can do that through going through drywall. What are you talking about, lady? That's insane. So it just keeps heating up. But I guess this is the first time he's been captured on recording talking about this. And I got to tell you, I believe the man. I've heard some crazy stories. Hers doesn't add up. His does. Everything that I've seen of her just kind of says that she's lying, And like I said, this is just my opinion. You're welcome to form your own opinion on what's going on here. But to me, I think she's lying. She ruined this man's career. She's pretty much got him almost canceled. Now, I think when this suit is done and he wins, now that it's moved forward and it's going to happen, he's more than likely going to win. It just got too much going for him. I think maybe he might be able to get some of his jobs back. I hope he gets the Jack Sparrow role back. That would be nice. How can you do a Pirates of the Caribbean movie without Jack Sparrow? Just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. Also, if you would, share the video, throw a like up. That would be appreciated. Make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.